Divine feminine don'ts. 1. Never seek validation, approval, or permission from anybody. These are things that are not tangible. They're just things that come from within. Don't give that power that you have from within you to somebody else so they could give it back to you. You're making yourself smaller. You're giving them power over you so they could give you back the same thing that you already had, but smaller. It's something that is the furthest thing from being divine. Divine person is a free person, mind and soul. In your mind, you don't see yourself as free. Your soul, you don't see yourself. Your soul is free. You see yourself as somebody who's caged and don't have free will to do the things. They need somebody else from the outside to give that feeling of happiness, of satisfaction to you, which is false. This is something you have from birth. Number 2 is complaining. It's the lowest vibration you could ever be in. There's no point to it. It gives you nothing. It only puts you at a state of mind where you're just low. You're low, and you're looking for that bond of low vibration with somebody else to feel validated and comforted by that other person, hopeful, in hopes that they are in the same low vibration as you, they would give you that bond of low vibration that you're looking for. Complaining to anybody but God, if you believe in that, it's irrelevant, is bringing you offense. You're looking for pity when you're complaining. You want somebody to pity you and give you that, telling you, oh, you're right, you are, a victim, you are whatever. Why would you want somebody else to tell you, yeah, you are low? You're disgracing yourself. For what? How is that even divine? Don't ever complain. Ever. Not even, I was going to say only complain to yourself and God, but don't do it. You shouldn't be thinking that. You shouldn't have that mindset in your head. If something you feel you're being wrong, don't tell it in a form of you're seeking the pittiness. You shouldn't seek that type of bond with anybody. Don't ever complain. Keep that feeling not to yourself. You just recognize it. You see it. You take action. You move on. Maybe the action you take is just moving on. Or maybe it's something you could do about it. Then you can do something and you move on. But just moving on is a divine motion. The opposite of that is complaining and looking for some kind of validation from that low vibration action. Number 3 is justifying yourself. Again, justifying yourself is something that you have from within you. You know why you did something, why you felt that way, why you acted that way. This is something you know, and that already gave you all the reason why you did it. You said it, you felt it. So you giving that power to somebody else and telling them, this is why I did that. Would you please understand? How is that divine in your head? This is the opposite. This is something you should never do, especially when you don't have to. Recognize when you don't have to. If it's not your boss who's asking you why you didn't do your job, why are you explaining yourself to anybody? Not your family, not your husband, not your friends, not anybody. Nobody deserves your justification. I knew that when I was young. I saw a show, and it was It was somebody who's like in the show that is perceived as something super big, and somebody who is small was asking them question, oh, why did you do that? Where were you? Wherever. The person told them, I don't have to justify myself to you. Which is further indicates that this character is indeed full, is a full human being, is a full character who is bigger than that person they're trying to get justification from. That person asking you for the justification doesn't deserve it. You justifying yourself to them is making yourself smaller, is making them bigger, because they're the person you have to justify for, and you're making yourself smaller. Stay away from explaining yourself to anybody. They don't know why you did something, they're confused, let them be. You know why you did it, and you're the only person that their opinions matter to you. Number 4, don't be the sacrificial sheep. Don't sacrifice yourself. Don't be a martyr. You're giving yourself away for somebody else's benefit for whatever reason, because you subconsciously in the back of your head, or consciously, see yourself as less important as the other cause, the other person. Therefore, you're giving away yourself, your comfort, your value, your future even, for their whatever, for their happiness, for their satisfaction. You give yourself away because you perceive yourself as lesser than. And even if that gives you comfort, that you gave yourself away, you sacrifice yourself for somebody else, and that makes you feel better about yourself, that's because in the back of your head you see yourself as less than subconsciously, and you want to say to yourself, oh, at least I did this to this person, so therefore they should be grateful that I did that, and so therefore, I'm a good person, I'm whatever and whatever, and it's okay that I didn't get what I wanted. It's okay that this made my life worse. It's okay that whatever. Stop sacrificing yourself. Nobody needs you to sacrifice yourself for them. They have their own strength to pick themselves up. If they needed help for real, they will ask you, and if it's possible by you, you'll help. But don't sacrifice yourself and then feel like, you did something there. Don't do it. You're just making yourself, you're just giving that subconscious feeling that you're a lesser than more of a stronger power. Number 4, leave, hang up, exit from whatever situation you're not benefiting from. In this current moment, you're in a situation, you're in the presence of people, of whoever, that you're not benefiting from, and you know that, you exit. You leave, you hang up immediately. Because you're the person that deserves everything. Which leads us to number 5, don't be a people pleaser. Divine is nowhere close to people pleaser, because you're the divine person that people seek validation and approval from. Why are you pleasing people, looking for people to like you? People will never like you if you please them. Just think back to anybody you know who's a people pleaser. Do you like them? You don't. Nobody likes people pleaser. Nobody respects people pleasers, because their energy is so far from divine, because they don't see themselves as relevant or lovable or likable, and there's no reason anybody that could ever like them. That's how they see themselves. That's why they feel the need to do action for others, to do things for others, to be of use, to be of of something to give tangible to others. I've been in the both receiving and both being a person who seen people being a people pleaser to me and have people pleased. People pleasers have a state of mind that they are less of a valuable human being than everybody else. Everybody is important and deserving of human rights, but they're just slightly less important than everybody else. They have this state of mind, and that state of mind is just, it's illness, it's a sickness. It's not healthy. You have a mental illness at this point, because you, full brain cell, think, I don't really deserve that type of respect that I would give to anybody else. I don't really deserve that type of happiness or peace. As long as somebody else is a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more happy, I can suffer. Because they're a human being, and somehow I'm just a little bit less than a human person. It's a state of mind where you don't love yourself. You don't see yourself value. That's why you seek to do things for others so they could see that value that's tangible to them, so they would love you. But that actually makes them never love you, never like you, because now you're just something that is useful. And you will never love somebody who's useful. If somebody's describing their love to you is because you're useful to them, is because they have no emotions, no feelings, no love for you. They just love what you bring. That's why, as a woman in a relationship, in marriage, in any of that sort, with a man, you should never be of tangible usefulness. Don't try to be useful. Be yourself. Demand people to be useful to you. Yeah, that's cool. But if you are being useful, especially to a man, honestly, you're just making your own misery. Your life is gonna be miserable. That man is not ever gonna love you, never gonna see your worth, because you don't see your worth. Okay, and that's not just relationships, that's everything. Nobody loves a friend who is a people pleaser. In fact, people pleasers don't even have friends, because that energy is just so draining. Nobody likes that type of person in their life, even though they're so useful. They're just annoying, honestly. And you know what I'm talking about. You think of whoever you've ever met, even a coworker, a teacher, a friend of a friend that is a people pleaser. You just see them and their energy is just so cringe. So zonzo it. Number 6 is don't be scared to make mistakes. Being scared or fearful of anything is a type of something that stunts your growth. You're stopping from doing something based on fear. You're afraid to make a mistake. Do a educated pros and cons to what you're scared of. And if you're just scared because you're just scared of making the mistake, then it's probably something you should just go ahead and do. Make mistakes and allow yourself to grow to the person you saw yourself as until you were scared to make a mistake. Break that situation you're having of the fear of the mistake and reach what you want to reach. Make the mistake. You're gonna learn from the mistake. You're not stupid, and you're never gonna do it again. The only stupid thing you could do is do the mistake and do it again and again, right? But making the mistake is gonna teach you the right things to do it, and you'll never make the mistakes again, and then you'll achieve what you actually been wanting to achieve.